Who's ready for an extreme build? A build that can exterminate all who stand before you expertly.
Because it's an X on the kinship, so that's why that. Anyway, hello my fellow riders, fellow hunters, and welcome to Hellblade Glavenus destroys the world. Seriously. So what's the focus here? What is this all about? Well, the goal is to do incomprehensibly massive damage with Hellblade Glavenus' new gene, Onslaught XL. This is a heavy fire damage skill, which is lovely to begin with, but it also comes with a fairly high chance for a crit being double damage and a fairly high chance being plus 20%. That is a very good base. You see where we're going here. And the thing is, it being a fire power move is ridiculous. The previous extra crit chance moves were either non-element or thunder, which aren't as easy to build damage for. Whereas power fire, honestly I would argue, is the single easiest combination of element and type of attack to make strong. And well, we will maketh it the strong. So that was a nice little beginner crit there that we got, but, you know, then I also hit this. And this didn't even crit. This would have been over 4,000 damage if it did. And it was unlucky that it didn't, because it has over a 50% chance to crit. It's kind of silly. And this is from not even a level 50 yet Hellblade Glavenus. Like, let's take this to PvP. Look at the damage that this does. And bear in mind here that the average health that something will have in PvP is between around 330 at the low end and 480 at the healthiest Monstie in Gammoth with Health Up XL. Look at this. Like 1100 damage or so! The overkill is ludicrous! Honestly, it's probably too much overkill. That's a lot of wasted damage, but god damn it! Does it feel good? And the crit reliability on this is ridiculous. It chews through, well, anything that you would care to fight. As long as it doesn't hard counter power and or fire, you are absolutely golden. Also, this is just so purely fun. The attack looks badass, and then just seeing those numbers, boom, 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 and it's just, fear me and my genetically enhanced dinosaur with a sword for a tail. It's really wonderful stuff, ladies and gentlemen. So let's get to the actual genes at play here. Obviously, we have the star of the show, the main gene itself, the Onslaught, and that gives us our power fire basis. This is fantastic. The kinship it costs is actually fairly low for how potent it is, at 29. Now, we will be reducing this down to 23 by getting ourselves a Harmony XL, which is a 20% reduction on the kinship cost of your moves. I will say, though, this is your flexible slot. If you want to PvP with this Glavy boy, well then, I don't know why I went full Pegasus there. It's nice. Ooh, Glavy boy. In any case, if you want to PvP, the kin cost down is very much needed because you need to be able to access his combo as soon as possible from turn 1. In PvE, you have the kinship generation, you have the kinship to start with, you don't need to make it super efficient, so you're good to change this out with essentially anything you want. I would go with Pump Up, just to get an extra 5 turns of plus 70% damage on top of the other boosts that will be brought from the genes here, and it would just be, I mean, I can't even begin to imagine the numbers there. Well, yeah, I mean, I can, it'd be 70% higher than the numbers you're seeing currently. But in any case, that's where it is with that. Then to skip over to the bottom right, that's Glavenus's Hellblade's new other move, which is a very cheap, very reliable burn inflictor, but the most important thing here is it's a speed move. Basically, letting him actually switch it up and not just be only power, which lets you keep him out, and it's not too expensive, but it's still very effective. It's just a really nice bit of utility to have on him so that he's not too much of a one-trick pony. Following that then, we have our Fire plus XL for that extra fire damage, an extra 40 added. Very, very nice and effective, and it also helps double up as a power fire bingo. Very, very nice. Then to complete the power fire bingo, we have here heroics. This isn't a linchpin of the build itself, though we do play into sub 50% health a little bit here, but this adds 35% damage when you're under half health. But the chief benefit is, again, it finishes that power fire bingo and is the best gene to do that. And to complement that sub 50% health damage boost while still providing some survivability and a completion of the speed bingo, we have Evasion Instinct. This gives an appreciable chance to evade an attack under half health, and if you're feeling a little bit risky, this lets you just sit there under half health and absolutely annihilate whatever dares stand before you with ungodly damage while you dodge everything in return. That's very, very cool. And it's aided again by another nice little combo piece here from Nagakuga, the Sharpened Blades. This gives you a bit of attack and a bit of crit rate, which is very, very lovely because we want all of that crit rate. The attack boost, again, is nice, continues to his nuclear status, but that extra crit chance is fantastic. And talking of extra crit chance, well, we have quite literally critical IXL, because of course we do. And then the jewel in the center, as you might imagine, is Valiant Flare. This is fire attack up for 5 turns, but that's just a little bit. What we care about is the power up. This makes your next move do plus 60% damage, which, as you might imagine, is a lot of damage. So that's the basic setup then. We're exploiting the extra natural 20% crit chance of Onslaught along with its natural ridiculously high damage to hit for insanely high crits back to back to back. The general play-by-play is this: start the fight, use the sneak from Nagakuga to get your extra attack and extra crit chance going, then use your Valiant Flare to get the fire attack and the power-up going, and then hit with that Hellblade, and watch all before you disintegrate. Pet as needed to have the kinship to do it, and this is nicely accompanied by a hunting horn with the Berserk song to add the crit chance even more. All told, you have about a 60% chance to crit, as my lovely opponent in this little match in the background found out. Nearly every time I used it, it just, well, one shot and ended a heart. It's very, very fun. It's also worth mentioning that Hellblade himself has really quite the impressive roster of stats. The second highest fire attack of all the Fire Monsties, only beaten by Teostra, but he also has himself a fairly appreciable amount of natural crit chance at 9%, which makes him higher than Teostra, so he really is perfect for this build. So this is the way if you want to really abuse Hellblade Glavenus and what he do. It's got decent survivability, but it has got unbelievable damage output in a way that we've not been able to do yet until his addition to the game, thanks to finally getting a high crit chance fire move that also blessedly is power. It is a really succinct set, and I think you will find yourselves having a lot of fun with it. So, let me know what you think. Like if you've enjoyed this, subscribe for more, and I will see you soon. And also let me know if you'd like to see more Monstie builds in general. I have like 10, 15 now or so that are all really, I mean, it's just, you know what I'm like with armor set builds and actual Monster Hunter, so you can imagine when I got tucked away. There's even an immortal one sat there, but I'm never quite sure which one to actually show you guys. So, maybe weigh in. In any case, please consider supporting the future of the channel on Patreon down below, and until we meet again, a good boy.
Josh, Cotton, and Hollow with the videos, dropping the humor like a hammer on your tippy toes, bringing entertainment on a daily arrangement to take our insanity and turn it into entertainment. Yes, I said entertainment twice, to reiterate that it is nice to look into your faces on a mostly daily basis when you let us in your homes to make the whole world a stage. Goodbye.